Welcome back, goblins and ghouls, to another amazing episode of Musicians Hangout with your hosts, Crash Fistfight, the Booty Pop Moopsy, and Maxine Maxwell of the Maxwells.
Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. It's so great to be back on season 12. Oh yeah.
I really went hardcore
We're
on that.
celebrating our anniversary this week. So
Fuck yeah, and guess what? We're not doing nothing. Yeah.
We turned 4. So big 4, baby. We've been doing this for 4 years and we've got a fun-filled evening for y'all with a really amazing band. So I will get to
tonight or on our anniversary. Wait. I think we're confusing folks because we're saying it's our anniversary. Is this our anniversary show?
Well, pretty much because we are.
Yes, I told them we're not doing nothing for our anniversary. Sorry,
we're low key this year, man. It's a girls' weekend, no work for us. We're celebrating our anniversary in quiet style, but we're gonna party. And
yeah, you know we will. There will be pics. We should probably do party pics.
Yes, we are going to be doing a photo shoot too, so we are not working. So good call on just telling everybody that, it's not actually our anniversary until the 15th, but we're not airing live on the 15th.
Yes.
We're celebrating this weekend. And yeah, we wanted to just celebrate that. And I want to tell you happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, Bessie.
Cheers, dear. Ching ching.
Cheers.
Ding. All right, I will go over our mission statement and then we will introduce our guests. All right. Our mission statement here is to be part of a revolution to create friendships with other artists and build a community network to save music. So we're going to bring up our friends from the
LIPSHOK.
Hey, thanks for joining us, guys. Yes.
You went hardcore again that time.
We used that for a long time.
We need.
Oh my god, I want one of those so freaking bad now. Just be like, click. Oh my god, I'd be dangerous with it.
Yes, we need it for music videos. We need it for our show. We need it for.
We need it for so much stuff.
We need
just
it for
click.
So. Happy anniversary, first of all.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Guys. Yeah, we've been kind of on the DL about it because it sort of snuck up on us, but also we usually do an event for our anniversary, but this year we wanted to just chill with each other and have like a really low-key celebration.
Just just enjoy
that is an event if you think
us. Yeah. It is an event, but
hanging out with
it's a private event and you're not invited.
Wait, aren't we all there?
No, we're not.
I mean, but that just sounds rude. So,
no, I get you. I know what you're saying.
He's a punk. It happens. Punk bands.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm a punk. I'm a punk rocker.
Never apologize.
I mean,
we've got Scarlett. You're from LIPSHOK. Where are you guys streaming from tonight?
Don't look at me. I'm not saying anything.
Northern California.
Where Northern California? Please say weed. Please say weed. Please.
We are from that. Okay, so that was Scarlett's answer. Now I'd like to do mine because the audience wants dinosaurs. They want explosions. You got to make it compelling. Like, ladies and gentlemen, you don't know where LIPSHOK is located, but it's
we don't.
America,
actually,
in a secret underground bunker. We've been here since 2020. When COVID hit, we went into the room. We haven't left since. There's that's a little bit.
We're in
Hollywood, right?
Bay Area, near San Francisco.
Yeah.
Is that where you are?
Oh, underground near the Bay Area.
I love it.
Got it. Look at this. I like this. I can only do thumbs up.
Oh, geez.
You have a cast.
How's life? Yeah. So actually, I have what is called decurvain tenosynoviitis. So
something from drumming.
So this is what it comes down to. My left hand is so goddamn stupid. He can't hold shit. He just wears out. He tuckers it out. He just gets tuckered out.
So weird though that they
just holding things. Righty's over there just doing the sawing and the cutting and shit. But no, this guy just holds shit, and I broke it. So
I'm gonna have to change my password because I've been using that same name for my password.
That's awesome.
My password. It's a bitch to type out, but yeah.
Just put a 13 next to it, and you'll be okay.
I don't know it.
So we're from the San Francisco Bay Area, home of many different types of metal bands. Forbidden is now a big one.
Oh yeah.
Yes, yeah. All guys that have been around here since the
YMT
80s. Yep. MTV, Heavy Metal Headbangers Ball. Those.
Oh hell yeah, my kind of
a lot
people.
of, a lot of heavy.
Ricky Batman.
Yeah, but our music is. You were going to go next to that. What was your next question, Maxine? I don't want to get ahead of the.
Oh,
Wait,
I was gonna ask-
wait, go, just go, bro.
yeah, just go ahead, working out. Yeah, like flow with it.
So basically, I'll answer the first question that maybe people are asking is,
Sure.
what music do you play? And I get that all the time.
Yes.
I never asked it like that.
So years ago,
What kind of music do you play?
years ago, I thought about it, and the thing is that it's easy to call your band a heavy metal band, right? Symphonic metal band, right? You hear these terms all the time, but I thought to myself, it wasn't fair to call us just heavy metal because when you listen to us, you're going to hear a lot more than just a heavy metal band.
Yeah, there's
Power
way more.
metal,
Ballads.
we've been compared to Ghost.
Instrumentals.
We've been compared to Heart.
Love that.
So I came up with this. Our band is easy listening heavy metal. Or,
Oh, yeah. You know what? You
I
are.
like that.
I like that. Yes.
right? So like at our shows, we don't have a mosh pit. Okay. We have a barbecue pit. That's what we
Yeah, they're like.
Oh my god, I love that.
we're
And
about
we have
come to
a
our show and
little-
don't get
yeah.
hurt, right? Right.
Don't
So,
get hurt.
yeah, don't get hurt. We celebrate
We
not
don't want
getting
anybody getting hurt. Okay.
hurt. Yeah, 'cause-
Including us.
Yeah. So our music is more
Right? No kidding. Right? Yeah.
I mean,
Been
I'm
there.
personally musical horror. I love all kinds of music, and as a bass player, my ears are always wide open to anything. Punk is awesome. There's so much energy.
I love punk. I love punk.
Before we were,
I also love metal, like
So-
hardcore metal.
I
Mhm.
have been performing since I was
Scarlet.
like 4. I used to love that. You know how your family makes you get up and sing for everybody? And it's just something I have to do. And I am compelled, and I've continued to do it. We won't say how long, but that's a long time.
the power of Christ compels me. The power of Christ. Oh,
Yeah.
different.
Been doing it for a long time and singing and writing songs since I was a little girl. So I
Yeah,
just now
it's
do it
part
with
of
other
your
people, and
DNA.
it's a lot louder.
I love it.
People, and it's a lot.
That's just
louder.
what I do.
I'm gonna
and-
get that as a T-shirt. Music.
Yes.
People, it's a lot louder.
I could do it alone, but then it would be lonely.
Mhm.
I don't want to do it that way. But it's cool. It's just something I have to do. And I keep doing it. And I'll keep doing it until I'm dead, and then probably after that as well.
Yeah. You gotta
Oh
keep
yeah.
into jazz. Yes. It doesn't stop there, right?
That's right.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure, like, I'm just bringing my drums to Valhalla with me, and
Oh,
just
okay.
rock.
Vikings. You're
Yes,
Got
I'm
it.
Northern.
Oh,
So I'll play for Odin, and
Oh, like-
everybody just like.
Silvercore for Klingons.
it's
Star
so
Trek.
cool.
It's like Silvercore, isn't it? Valhalla, same thing.
Valhalla, I don't know.
He's
I go
thinking
off
of-
on tangents.
He's talking about Star Trek.
Yeah, I'm bringing.
Yeah, he tells
Oh,
stories, but he starts in the middle of the
Maxine,
story.
Maxine was like, "Am I supposed to-"
Huh?
Starts in
Did
the
I
middle-
watch Star Wars? Sorry.
You're like talking Star Trek, and I'm like,
Uh,
okay, but there are so many different Star Treks. Are you talking original?
the newer
Are you
ones.
talking next gen? Are you talking? I don't know. There's 15 of them. Who's in charge there? Are we talking like Captain Picard? Are we talking like
More like that, yeah.
Kurt?
Star Trek
Captain Kurt?
Kevin
like-
Klein.
Oh, Janeway.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, Janeway.
Right.
Kate Mulgrew.
That was a good show.
Anyway, let's go back to what we were talking about, which was interesting. Us.
Okay.
In our journey.
Welcome to musicians. We just go off on tangents.
Yeah, we just kind of, that's why we're called a hangout, because we go off on these tangents about other things. So feel free.
Conversation. That's what happens.
Yes. We want to feel like we're behind the scenes at a show, just getting to know each other.
Ooh, Dwayne Hoy says, or maybe it's Dwayne Hay. He says, we can jam in the next universe. Fuck yeah, we can.
Yes, we
We can.
Got it.
Yeah.
Every universe.
That's what's interesting about music nowadays is that you really can make yourself immortal, and it's so easy to do it. You know?
Yes.
Back in the old days, you had to have an Ampex reel to reel, go to a studio, have an engineer. I mean, most of the music that we produce and do now and put out, our videos, they're all really homegrown kind of stuff.
I love that.
Yeah, because
yes.
we have corporations like back in the 80s, the mid 80s, late 80s was. 90s. Well, hold on. That was the time to flourish. But then once, Kurt Cobain and all the stuff that came from that era, that early 90s era, a lot of companies, business companies didn't want to produce bands like, around here was Yesterday and Today at Y&T. And they were a big band in the mid 80s, but there's a guy that is a guitar player for them. And he talked about how the industry has changed. So as a result of that, we met and started playing music in 1994 together. And back then, we had a commercial sound, original music we wrote. We put out our first CD. It was called LIPSHOK Electris. And we got lots of people looking at us even back then saying, you guys commercial. But then it all fell on its face because grunge came in, right? And I'm not. But grunge came in and changed the industry.
It did.
Yep.
Love grunge. And, we were a cover band for 5-6 years, saving up all our money to record our second album. And so I learned a lot of those songs. And we were always playing cover tunes before we even wrote any originals. But Scarlett over here, after we got to like 2010 or so, we decided to break up the cover band and stop doing all the shows because it was a grind and it didn't mean anything.
I get that.
I told her one day, I was like, why are we wasting our time doing this? You're so creative. You can write so many good songs. I know you're good. I have faith in you. And then as a team, we started writing together. And then that naturally progressed over the next 10 or 11 years. And we were lucky and the fate kind of shined on us. We got some really talented people. We went through, a couple other band members that we accomplished things. And the good thing is that as a team writing together and, me taking all of the roadieing part, right? Because she's a keyboard player, but me also recording and doing the technical stuff, playing bass, writing stuff on guitar, and then her bringing in all of the harmony vocals and the keyboard arrangements. We've just been nurturing that. And I always use this example because I think it's really true. Our music is like a flower that only grows in one place.
Exactly.
No, because it's true. Because behind what you're hearing and all the people are listening to you guys, and when you play a song and they hear us, they'll have to remember that this is X amount of classified years, a lot of two people working together and building a band and writing the music and producing it and always moving forward, never stagnating, always finding the next scene, the next music, because there's a lot of bands that are one-hit wonders. I always make a joke. I said, we're going to be in a retirement home when we're in our 90s, and all of a sudden we're finally going to hear our friggin' music on the radio, and it's going to hit big, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And I'm going to look at her, and I'm just going to.
Hey, as long as it can pay your nursing home bills, I feel like you're set.
Yeah. So,
I just have fun.
There you go.
I'm having a good time doing it. Okay,
is my pharmacy bill covered? Hell yeah, and I can get my hairs done. Let's rock and roll.
Yeah. I'm just having a good time doing it.
Exactly. That's what it's about right there. That's what it's about. If you're having fun doing what you do, then that's
we all still have day jobs. Okay, we're not making a living at it, so we have our day jobs.
Right. We all.
Right.
Yeah, we all have to. It's like
hence why I was almost late today because my
like a glorified hobby, but it is a glorious hobby.
Oh man, I always feel like such a rock star every time I play a show.
Well, it's interesting that you touch on that, Crash, because a lot of what motivates kids that don't know anything about music.
Right.
First see a band and they start hearing a sound, just like we all did. You guys, some lives decided to play drums, whether it was somebody in your family that nurtured that. I mean, I was making jokes about how my brother and I'm a pretty old guy anyway. We used to plug in the tennis racket to the lamp cord and listen to the Beatles, you know. So there was always a nurturing and a desire to play music. And once I picked up my first guitar at like age 17, I fell in love with it, and then it just became part of my DNA, just like you guys. When you're playing your set, your kit, and you're in the band, and you're in that moment where you just stop and everybody is giving you adulation, you know, they're applauding. And at that point, that's the feeling that you get and the reason why you are motivated to do what you do. But a lot of people don't understand the creative process.
For me, it's afterwards when I'm, you know, grabbing all my stuff off the
you're relieved.
And I'm trying to break everything down, and everybody's just coming up, and they're just like, "Oh my god, dude, you blew my freaking mind apart!" Like I was not expecting that. Like you did not look like that kind of a drummer, and like I don't know what to expect because we all dress like cats. So.
That's cool. I love it.
What about you?
Yeah, people don't expect us to be really heavy. They expect us to be like a soft rockabilly or folk rock, and we are not. We are
like Alanis Morissette.
Heavy for us 2-piece, and we also have a lot to our whole stage show because my husband does a bunch of layering and looping, and we have a ditto pedal that follows me and keeps his loops on beat with me. So
synchronized.
I don't have to miss a beat. I don't have to have a backtrack.
Yeah, it's all well. That's good because there's talking about equipment that allows you to do that.
Yeah.
Oh man, they have this new one. Her name is Megan. She is out of this world. I've seen her work like one, maybe 2 times. I know one time for sure, but twice, and she blew my freaking mind.
Yes.
Hard,
our equipment. So we have Henry and we have Meg, and part of our
Henry. That's that motherfucker's name. I could never remember his bitch ass name. I call him Bob.
So it works for anyone.
How you guys present your music is basically a 2-piece, but your husband sounds like he's doing really all the programming.
Yeah.
And then you're just playing the drums.
I'm singing and drumming.
Singing and drumming.
Oh, you're singing.
Which is unusual. There's not a lot of singing drummers, right?
Yeah.
Because
I can also sing and drum.
Yep.
I did that once. I was in a show and I was playing drums in the show, and I sang and played, and it was really hard. And I'd only been playing drums for like a couple weeks.
Oh, wow.
It was just, I always wanted to do it. And we were in a show. It was really fun. It was playing, I think I sang a Stevie Ray Vaughan song.
So we have some questions.
Drums. That was pretty cool.
We have a question from the chat.
Really?
Yes. Don Olson has 2 questions. He says, any new material being worked on? And do you all gig outside the Bay Area?
Yes. Yes and yes. We just
thank you for your question, Dawn.
Thank you for the question. We just finished a new song and put out a new video for it. They burned it down, and now we are working on a whole bunch of songs that the guitar player wrote. Usually, I've been writing all the songs before, so he's bringing in a whole bunch of stuff. And it's really hard to play for me because it's all weird prog shit and.
But we love it.
But I'm doing it because it's a challenge.
Okay, so the new
that's
material,
all new material.
We released the video. It's on YouTube. It's called They Burned It Down. It's about the witch trials. Okay.
Oh, I love that.
So good, you guys. Oh, I fucking love all of your shit.
Oh,
actually, in that.
Thank you.
She's very much into that, and we're moving in different directions as far as new music because we're doing more prog metal because our guitar player. Massimiliano Magoria.
Maggiari.
Maggiari.
Hard to say his name. It's like 15 syllables.
He's been with us for about 2.5 years. He got in right before the pandemic. And through the pandemic, we wrote the last CD.
We did a whole CD,
But we are always, to answer your question, Dawn, and thank you again for asking, We do play outside the Bay Area, but because we're a local band and getting the right representation and going on the road, it has a lot of logistics. And we're working musicians. I have a full-time job.
Yeah.
So
Right.
she's a
No, we get that.
so we have to balance. Hey, can we get a 2-week vacation to go somewhere? Like I would love to go up to your neck of the woods and play some clubs and meet some people. But you know what it is
that'd be bitching.
Yeah,
it's hard to do all of that along with working, writing the music and everything else, and then having your online presence. And that's a whole nother animal to learn. You guys are doing something that I think is great because you're getting an audience, you're bringing people in, and you're talking. Your mission statement is exactly what needs to happen because a lot of people really want to be musicians and play in bands, but by listening to people who have been doing it for X amount of classified years, they can pick up things and yeah, right. We don't say anything about age here. We just music is eternal as we are. We
Did he say an age?
Right? Like,
don't say.
I have this thing called makeup. I look fucking timeless.
Lighting for me. It's I must be.
Our son. We have a son who's a really good drummer, by the way.
Cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Drummer.
My children decided to not go the musician route, and that's okay.
No,
well, that's another thing. You can pick it up at any time.
Maybe it skips a generation. I don't know. I have hope for my granddaughter, though.
Oh, cute.
There you go.
I'm gonna teach her.
Maybe
Yeah.
skips a generation.
You look barely old enough to have your own child.
Oh, honey, I have like children in their 20s. I have a granddaughter who's 7. She's amazing.
God, that's awesome. You look fabulous.
Thank you. Like I said, makeup makes you look timeless.
I'm turning 120 next month, so I'm going
over. I'm just a little younger, 110. Right behind
vampires, man. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we used to be sponsored by Jack Daniels. Now we're sponsored by Advil. So,
Now I'm sponsored by Geritol.
Yes. Yes. Those are the sponsors we need to reach out to. That's
so break a hip.
Advil, Red Bull, and Advil.
But that's the way to do it.
We used to be Red Bull, but now we're Geritol.
Now I'm just a coffee achiever. I don't need any of those fancy drinks you kids are drinking nowadays.
Oh, and speaking of musicians Hangout, would like to remind people that we are dedicated to music, not to underage drinking. And please drink responsibly. Cheers.
You know why? Because alcohol doesn't make you cool, kids. You know what makes you cool? Having a brain and using it to play and learn music.
Yeah, I was just going to say, to freaking play music.
Brains are important.
Take it from me.
They're a valuable organ.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Today, I use my brain.
Maxine, let's talk incredible. Briefly. Pardon me. Let's talk briefly about how you guys heard about our band.
Oh, well, I wanted to shout out to Don Olson because he trusted you guys. He's a big fan of yours. So he reached out to us, told us about y'all. We were like, sure. We looked you up. We listened to your music. Scarlett, I'm in love with you.
I love you too.
Sessions.
It's like a
oh, how do you make? I don't even.
Heart, but.
Right.
Is that it?
That is it.
Come on, I can't believe it was so hard for me to do.
The kids have other ways of doing it too that I have a hard time with. Like they do this. And I have a hard time with that one. It's like crooked fingers.
Now I have something to work on. Thank you. Great.
Hand exercises.
You're like, I can't make a heart out of my fucking hand.
Well, I can't do it anymore. I'm
learning so many new things.
So yeah.
I don't know, my hand's broken.
I met Dawn through being on my Oculus playing something called Horizon Worlds.
Really?
Yeah, and we were.
I wondered how you guys met.
Yeah, we were actually in a virtual comedy club, and we started talking about music.
Cool.
And avatars are basically they don't have any. It's like a cartoon that you play, basically. So when you go up and you see someone, they don't give you legs; they only give you your upper body and your hands and everything move. and you're wearing a what I call a face box, which is the Oculus, right? Oculus 2. And so that's how we started talking about music. And I remember he was telling me all about living up in Oregon, and he gets his guitar out, goes out on his porch and jams. And he started mentioning you guys and saying, oh man, I got to let these guys know. So I thought that was pretty special. That's how we kind of found each other. Right?
I love that. See, our community just keeps growing.
Yep.
And expanding. I mean, we've made this community network 4 years, and
cool. I love
we have people from all over the world part of like our.
Yep.
No, it's really cool what you're doing. I do a really
good
job,
be a mind blower too. Right there, right? Like you're looking at your statistics, and you're like, oh my God.
Actually, it's crazy because I was looking at it and I was gonna like do a screenshot for you, Maxine, but my phone is super old and being super dumb.
What is it, my friend?
So on our on our YouTube, we have 444 likes.
Ooh,
or followers or subscribers. That's what it is.
444 on our 4th year anniversary.
And we have 222 videos.
With
so yeah,
222, 444.
I love this.
That's why I was like, oh, well, now it's 223 as soon as this.
Oh darn, we got
but 223 on the 23rd, so I'll take it.
Glitching, man. Oh my goodness. Thanks to everybody who joins our community and don't forget to follow everybody part of our community. Follow LIPSHOK. Go to their YouTube.
Yes. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the alert button. Make sure that you are aware of everything they do. Stalk them. They like it.
They deserve your stalking.
happens all the time. It's the way we live the world.
I don't know if I got to ask you guys how you got your name LIPSHOK.
I did this one.
Okay, I have got to hear this story. It's been driving me crazy. I need to hear this story.
And the guitar player at that time shocked his lips to the mic. If you're playing an instrument,
you're not grounded.
Yeah. He got I could see a blue arc. And
that's hilarious.
I shocked my lips. And I said, oh, you got a lip shock. And then the drummer at that time goes, LIPSHOK. That's the name of the band.
That's it.
And I was like, no, I don't want that name. I didn't want that. I was like, no, because it was just, I said, no. And then everybody else wanted it. And now we're stuck. And we don't have a bad rep. We don't have a great rep. But we don't have a bad rep. So we're kind of stuck with it.
Well, the other thing, too, is
it's just a cool story.
I love that.
Everybody in my band hates the name Infinite Chaos. But I don't care because my friend Kelly Ray came up with it.
I like it.
And he's like, Captain Crush and Infinite Chaos. And I'm like,
well, I mean, we know a band that
that's it.
Perfect. It's Suburban Paranoia. I mean,
ooh.
On that line.
There's a band
when I was a kid, I was a big band, Transparent Stairway. Like, what?
Transparent.
Yeah, Transparent Stairway.
Sounds like a horror movie.
Yes.
I was looking at the
my friend Kashaka says that LIPSHOK is a cool name.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. There's no C. It's thank you. It's LIPSHOK. And it's spelled that way on purpose.
I wondered if it was because I made sure to spell it with just the K because
it's just the K. It's because it looks cool, I thought.
Yeah, it does look fucking
cool. Out of it.
Yeah. Damn it.
England called LIPSHOK
with
the C.
There was a band, but they didn't stand the test of time.
Well, anyway.
That's the other thing is we are the best unknown band in the Bay Area. That's our claim to fame. I listen to people. I've been at shows and someone will say, man,
perfect. Thank you.
Awesome. LIPSHOK was here last week. Oh, I've heard of those guys. Yeah. And then it's funny because we've been playing all these places around the Bay and other places. We played federal prisons.
Prisons were fun.
Yeah. And so it's like
actually
it's like the 7 Degrees of Kevin Bacon game. No, they'll mention Cliff Burton from Metallica, and I'll be like, oh, 1984, he used my bass and played with a band called Blind Illusions at a place in Berkeley, stuff like that. Like through all these moments of history and music, either her or bands we've been in separately have been in the same arena and places as bands that made it, like Metallica, James Hetfield. I'm not name dropping. I'm just saying.
Fuck yeah.
Practiced in Fremont, right down the studio from me and a bunch of other people. So,
when we played at
people I play with.
When we played at the jail and the prison, we played Santa Rita Jail 13 times. We were playing covers there.
Yeah.
So we weren't playing originals. We were playing covers, and we played also at Dublin Federal Penitentiary.
Yeah, prison gigs are fun. They are.
Yeah, I had 400 men screaming for me. Nothing like a captive audience. But it was fun, and they were really supportive.
God damn, why is it doing this?
I don't know. The chat has taken over itself.
GPT. It's
AI is just infiltrated.
It's from Terminator.
This one makes pimples.
What is your
Skynet is coming
Venmo
in.
account?
Oh my God. Speaking of, so the other day I get a text from Amazon and they're saying, man, you got to do something about your account. So what's your name? What's your address? What's your credit card? What's your credit card number? What's that little number on the back? Expiration date? Hell, what's your ATM PIN number?
Oh my God. Did it really ask all that?
Yes. And I was like,
oh, here, let me tell you. Yeah.
Why would Amazon ever need to know my PIN number? Ever? And I was like, wow, no. And I was just putting like 000000000. It wouldn't let me do that. It was like, check your card number. I'm like, you better check your card number. You better fuck off. I was mad. Like,
Phil has done that with phone.
ATM PIN number.
He gets on the phone with the telemarketers. And
Oh man.
harassment.
I'm like, oh, this sounds really interesting. Let me get my credit card. Hold on. And then I put the phone down. I'm like, honey, where's my credit? What? I don't care. Honey, I'll come back. I'm like, just a minute. I have to go take a shower. I'll be right back. And then I just said,
be right back.
Yeah.
6 hours later. You still there?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I totally forgot you were there, bro. I thought you were Jake from State Farm.
We have an up and coming thing here in the Bay Area in 2 weeks at the Body Art Expo. It's at the Cow Palace. And we're going to be playing both Saturday and Sunday. So if you're in the Bay Area and you're
I wish I was. I'd see you guys.
Yeah. So this one's going to be fun because we're going to have a very large audience.
What is going on?
Pretty much
And we go on in between the best ass contest and the guys that the extreme group hang from skin in their nails. We're like in between those two things.
Yeah.
We fit right in there, see.
So anyway, I
think
the
extreme hanging dudes,
But we're hoping to get some traction because that's what we were talking about and touched on earlier is the networking part of being in a band and your online presence. Like I watch a lot of YouTube, so I'm really into different types of shows. And most of the people that make money on YouTube or are any good to watch or fun to watch, it's all personality driven. Whether they're talking about, revital or, the will it run video for a car. Or for me, like I would do YouTube videos about how to play bass and what to, how to teach somebody about the mentality behind bass playing because there's so many layers. Like you guys know, you don't just go out and play your drums and sing. There's a lot of things you learn along your journey.
Oh, yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
That's when people, even if they're not interested in playing instruments, when you see anybody who's good at something they do, they perfected it, whether it's a concert pianist or whatever it is, people are amazed at when you have that kind of talent. So that's why I always joke about Scarlett and her ability, and this is why you love her. You heard all these harmonies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And what's interesting about it is when you listen to that, you don't realize that when we're in the studio, she's doing these one-off. She's not like going and practicing singing it 5 times and getting the best take. She's getting them pretty much.
Well, I practice ahead of time because when you're spending money in the studio, you want to go in prepared.
Yep, hit it, quit it, done.
So you go in prepared, but when I write my songs, I I love harmonies. I just grew up in a cappella choirs. I just always loved it. So in the studio, it's like this thrill for me because I can do all the backups that I hear in my head.
Yeah, you can.
I get to do them, and I double track everything, and it's this giant thing. And so I hear it, and I'm like, wow. And I love it. It's so fun.
Yeah, I love studio magic.
That's so cool.
Hold on, just 2 seconds. Go ahead.
I absolutely love your whole front person persona though too.
Yeah,
You really like, you know, feel your energy, and I just love it.
You know, it's, when I'm up there, I have to say, I mean, you know, it's like I just feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be in this lifetime. That's where I'm supposed to be doing what I'm supposed to do. And if you like it, you do, and if you don't, you don't. I have to do that, and that's it. That's all I did.
Yep.
That's all you can do is be yourself. And other people should know that. Everyone should be themselves. It's okay to be yourself.
Heck yeah. And when you are yourself, it reads better to your audience. It really does. If you're not faking it or being fake, they can tell. They can tell when you're being real.
Yeah, it's real. It's, you know, I don't set really high expectations. I just have a good time. And when I write this, you know what the coolest thing is though? When I write these songs, I'm all alone, right? And I'm like playing la 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 the piano, right? And then I start singing, and then I make Phil come in and write a guitar part because I hear it in my head, but I want to hear what it sounds like.
Yeah.
So there it is. It's me, and then I finish it, and I go, okay, that's cool. But then when the rest of the band comes in and we put it together,
it's fucking magic.
It becomes so much bigger than I ever thought it would be.
Yes.
It's so, and I'm like, wow. And then you know what's really weird is when I listen to my songs back after they're recorded, I have no memory of writing it. I can't remember.
Whoa, that's crazy. It's like a spiritual experience.
It happens like unconsciously. It just happens. I just do it. And then at the end, I listen. I go, yeah, I know. Intellectually, I know I wrote it, but I think I don't remember writing it. I mean, I can't remember how I did it.
Yeah,
right.
And you have to just let it happen. Yeah.
Yeah. All my bass lines are basically made up on the spot. I don't practice ever. I don't know anything about music.
He does.
I do it all on male bravado. I realize that when I'm on stage, I don't really even have to try to be entertaining because I'm already such a man sample sitting here that everyone's interested in me. Of course, you can tell I'm a Leo, right? Very humble.
He's a humble, shy man. You know.
Yeah, I can tell.
What she's touching on is something that I always thought was very interesting, because you know when you're a beginner musician, whether you're playing drums or bass or you're singing or writing songs, there's a point where you start to get in trance, where you start to open up, and you stop worrying so much about what you're doing or playing, and you just feel the music. And it just takes you, it pulls you, right? So every time that we play, my motivation, well, the other thing too is like, you know, I'm old. I got chronic back pain and knee pain and all, but it all goes away when you're out there for that 45-minute set and you're playing, because the energy, and I talked about this a little while ago, but I think it's important that whoever's watching,
your endorphins kick in and you're
but it also forces you to say to yourself internally, what is it that I like about? Why am I doing this? And for me, it's almost like this thing where I have my instrument in my hand, but it's just an extension of who I am in my soul. And nobody plays bass like I play. Like somebody else could play my bass lines on the song, but they're not going to sound like the way I sound.
Nope.
No.
That's the key to good music, and it's what people hear in our music, and they can never quite identify it, but they just go, there's something about the way you guys write music that I've never heard before. And
I love that.
It's called heart.
Yes.
When you put your heart into it.
You guys have a question from the chat. We got Kashak.
Cool.
Question: what inspired y'all to perform for prisoners? I have my own stories behind that.
Oh my God. What inspired? Because I had a friend at that time who worked did special work for the Alameda County Sheriff's Department.
Oh.
And he told me, he said, you need to call this guy. They love to get bands in there and play for the inmates. And so I did, and
so it was like a reward system. They would get bands to come in and play for the prisoners as long as everybody didn't act up.
Right? Did you guys get paid for it?
Yes and no. It was, so we go in on a voluntary basis, but sometimes the guards all get a pool of money together. And then another couple times they made us dinner.
Well, I mean, who gives you the money? The guards, or
what?
The inmates get like a pool of commissary gifts?
Well, what happens is
I got some ramen, man.
They set us up in the gym, and there's bleachers.
Okay.
They can bring in, and they allow certain guys to come, and the women too, as long as they're well behaved.
Yeah, they separate the women and the men.
Yeah,
it's two different shows. But the reason that we do it is because we had a connection, and it was a reward system that the guards would show to the prisoners if they were behaving good. So it was like a relaxation time. So they would use that, for a month. Hey, you're not going to get to see the band at the end of the week if you don't, if you guys misbehave. So that was why they started bringing us in. And at that time, we were a dance band playing a lot of funk, disco,
a lot of funk
R&B,
and disco
soul.
and R&B.
Oh.
We had two female dancers and singers. So when we came in,
oh my God, yes,
show
that shit, yes.
We would do like one show for an hour for the women, and then they would take the women out, and then we'd do one show for an hour for the men.
Yeah, I just did it for the free sandwiches because prison sandwiches.
I would too. I'm so motivated.
They gave us food too. They were very,
well, I mean,
very sweet. And there was one show we played though. This was funny. We played this one time, one of those, because we played there 13 times. One of the shows, at the end of the show, someone was yelling my name, one of the prisoners. I was like, oh my God, someone knows me here. And then when the next show came on, after that,
the women came.
And then the women came in and they were yelling his name.
Yeah, they knew me.
And I was like,
all the
great.
prisoners were intimately familiar with us.
That's hilarious.
Oh, hey, I remember you. Yeah.
Hello, Miss Bats.
Weird. That was funny. What happened to the two of us?
Yeah.
Cat's meowing at the door.
All right, he's.
Oh, it's a cat show now. Everybody.
Yeah,
that's it. Oh my God.
Cats are coming.
Oh, go get the cat.
Oh, she's being quiet though.
Yeah, at least she's quiet. She's usually screaming. So.
There he comes.
Sorry, I had to take a snack. I was kind of feeling lightheaded.
Oh, please, we don't want you passing out.
Yeah, no.
Take care of you, girl. Take care of you.
Yeah, of course.
Been a long day.
Is this thing on? Let's play that rock and roll. Turn that stuff down. Have you ever seen that Discovery show with Dave Schrader called The Holzer Files?
Yes. Oh my God, that's hella old.
Look at my mug. Okay, go look up Dave. Go look up Dave Schrader of the Holzer Files. He's my stunt double. I sent the guy a picture of him and me.
He looks just
him
like
and me, and he goes, "You're my doppelganger." And I go, "Yeah, this is crazy."
It's
Dave
actually
Schrader.
kind of weird.
Yeah.
How much?
That's like Chad Smith from the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh yeah, but it looks like Will Ferrell.
And Will Ferrell, yeah. And
she just found a picture of him.
I did.
You thought it was me.
No, this is fucking you. Whatever. That's you.
Holy fucking A.
No one looks like me, and that's probably good. So.
Mm-hmm.
I get that. Sometimes I get Stevie Nicks because of the hair.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes. Very few. Very, very seldom.
Yeah, when I dress up in my black lacy witchy clothes.
Yeah.
And then my hair is down, and a Stevie Nicks vibe comes across.
Yeah, if you got long sleeves on,
I have to sleep with the dripping.
Yeah.
Although I'm thinking about changing it. It's because it's uncomfortable to play in, because my hair gets all caught up in my microphone, and I have the wireless mic and a wireless in-ear monitors. And after I finish, it's a clusterfuck of a mess to get it off my head. It's all my hair.
I can only imagine.
I have that same problem with my hair.
Yes, that same problem.
So my dad's doppelganger is Robert Plant. This is my dad.
Oh my God.
No, that's not your dad. That's Robert Plant.
Wow.
I know. Right?
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's Robert Plant.
Is Robert Plant your dad, really?
Yes, quiet. Don't tell anybody.
He's the American version.
So
Yes.
on the video.
Everywhere we go. Everywhere we
edit
go.
that out if you need to.
That is uncanny.
I know.
So
It's been that way his whole life too. Like, he's like aged with Robert Plant for the most part. Robert Plant is older than my dad, so he does look slightly older if they're, pictures are right next to each other. But every stage of my dad's life, he's gotten, oh my God,
Led Zeppelin.
Robert Plant.
He's probably beating the women away with a stick. He's like, I'm not
My
Robert.
mom
You were a
beats
little
them
girl.
away.
Yeah. I just want to meet my only artist I want to meet and like collaborate with, besides Taylor Swift, is I know that's
I love how the cat was like, meow.
is Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters.
I love Dave Grohl.
Yeah.
He is a
Loves
cool
Dave
dude.
Grohl,
Yeah.
but I wish that somebody, if they're watching and they see this and they know Dave Grohl, to just let them know, not Chunny, because I
You
can't
wrote
spell
that.
my own name. But Chunky from LIPSHOK and Scarlett from LIPSHOK are ready to write some music with you.
If I'd known you were going to do that, I would have typed it for you.
I can't see anything. I'm lucky I found my
Okay.
underground studio. Can
Okay.
you tell we're married? Of course you can.
Well, and
What?
I
We
understand
all
coming into the show for the first time because I've done this for a first time before many moons ago, and it is a lot of steps. So when you're going through all the steps and you're like, okay, I'm getting ready to meet up with these people and I'm gonna like connect. You're not really taking all of that in. So don't feel bad about a misspelling. I'll get you guys up in the chat and pull it up.
Oh, it's okay. I was.
Boom! Chunky and Scarlett of
There you
Lip.
There it is. Thank you.
You're
Don't-
welcome.
don't.
They are LIPSHOK.
Lip shock.
Don't mess with us. Yeah.
Oh.
Jeffrey Lund, music is therapy for prisoners and us. You fucking got that right.
It's true. Music helped me through so many things, so many times in my life, and still does.
Dude, music got me through my cancer. It helped me recover from my cancer.
Oh my
I
goodness.
absolutely believe that.
That's
It is,
awesome.
it is, yeah, it's
I'm gonna-
medicine.
Not just the chemo, but no, it was like getting chemo and then going and playing drums afterwards.
Well, I mean,
Wow.
drummers typically are
for you.
the
That's
people
hard.
who are in the best shape in the band. You
Chemo.
cannot.
Yeah.
I'm surprised when they're not. When I see an overweight drummer, I'm like, how?
Yeah.
How?
It boggles my mind. I'm just like,
You gotta work hard at that. Like,
You're like, our drummer's
You
very
can't
fit.
fake it. Yeah, you can't fake it.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like the Flash. I have to be eating and drumming at the same time, just burning those calories. Just
What's the name?
Which cat is that?
This is
Adam, that's Miss Bats.
Oh, that's what was it? You cut out.
Max?
Miss Bats.
Miss
Miss-
Bats.
Miss Bats. Okay.
Yeah, I had a cat. I wanted to name it Colonel Fuzzbee.
Oh my God, yes. You have the best names for things, dude. Seriously.
That's one of the cool things. You can name them whatever you want.
I know.
Yeah, that is cool.
Named our solid black cat Snowball.
I love that. My solid black cat is
Embarrassed.
no.
She's embarrassed, but she lives with it. And then we named the cat that I rescued on the freeway Nimitz because it was the Nimitz freeway.
That's hilarious. So,
Oh, I love
And
that.
Daenerys is Daenerys Targaryen, of course, from Game of Thrones, which is my
but
favorite.
down here,
That's
Yeah,
my
we have,
black cat,
I have Spooter Moopsie.
Fernando.
I have Sasha.
Look at all those spots. That's awesome.
This one I have.
Oh, she is Spider Mama.
Wow.
Queen
There's
Spider.
Charo.
That's
Know
amazing.
What it is about
Harmony is in this one, and then L. She needs to go fucking molt.
So
Go molt.
So these are
Wow.
all tarantulas, right?
Yes, they're all tarantulas.
So are tarantulas like the most not bite you affectionate spider, even though they look like they would like go right for your eyeballs. You know, I mean,
They don't want to hurt you, but they are not affectionate.
Oh,
They're
okay.
not
They like
venomous,
to
right?
eat.
They're
Yes,
not like
they are venomous. All
They
of them are venomous.
Oh, they
Have you
are.
ever been bitten by any of them?
No, because I don't handle my tarantulas.
Okay.
Oh.
See,
Okay.
that's why.
The tarantulas are like fish. They're
Okay.
great to look at. You don't want to take them out and play with them. They don't like it. Like they don't like it. They don't want to play with you. They're just like
they
fuck
get
off,
weird.
leave me alone.
They're like,
Got it.
Yeah, like they'll slap at you and they'll
Where's the place
hiss at you.
around here?
Oh, Mount Diablo.
Yeah, Mount Diablo, which
Mount-
is in Concord, California, kind of over the hill from where we live.
So
Every
check this out, and this is awesome. Recently, this is a new tarantula breed. It's called the Aphonopelma Johnny Cashi. It is found only in the Folsom prison area. And the matured males are all black. Why? Because Johnny Cash was what?
Black.
The man in black.
okay, huh?
So it's a new breed of tarantula they've never seen before. So they named it the Johnny Cashi because it's found around the Folsom prison area.
That's cool.
Well, there you go. We can relate to that. We like playing prisons too. So there it is.
I want a Johnny Cashi.
What were you saying about Mount Diablo?
Yeah.
Mount Diablo in Concord has a huge amount of tarantulas that live on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, you know, like in certain places you get ladybug blooms, right? Like
Yes.
it's the same thing in Mount Diablo. They're populating that area, and every summer or spring, whenever you probably know more Cash than I do, but
Yes, she knows quite a
more
bit.
like crash symbol. That's their season when they spawn or they mate or whatever happens. They're just like literally you go up there and they're all over the road, and you know, like frogs that come out when it rains in the East Coast.
And it's like males just like Scooter. Whoa. Scooter, he is like he's running around his enclosure right now. He's trying to find a girl.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why.
That's his whole thing.
Yeah,
he made a sperm web, so he's just like, I gotta find a girl. So he's just running around in circles. He can get out.
What if he put one in there? What would, no, don't answer. That might be bad.
Oh, he'd probably run from her. He's scared of everything. It's a miracle he's lived this long because every time I put food in there, he just runs away from it. Eventually, he gets it, but.
So what's the club scene like up in Oregon where you guys were at?
Are you in Oregon or are you in Washington?
Washington.
So we are Pacific Northwest area, in Seattle.
Seattle area.
And our community is fucking amazing.
Fucking fire.
Yeah, we are part of a very close, very supportive community of musicians here. And the culture in the music scene is so awesome. Like, yeah.
It's like it's always been
like,
that
do you
way
like
there.
for as far as venues and places where you can actually go play? Are you?
So some venues made it through COVID, some didn't. Yeah, right. There's some new ones that have sprouted up. Crash lives closer to Seattle. I'll let her speak to that a little bit more.
So yeah, a lot of the old venues that have not made it. Actually, they're springing up in different locations now.
They're
they've changed names, but some of them they just didn't make it.
So live music is starting to come back slowly in these.
Yes.
Oh, live music has been booming for quite some time now.
It looks like it's just starting maybe to come back.
I mean, the biggest problem is around where we're at in the Bay Area. There are
really.
Yeah, there's places to play.
Yeah,
and there's a whole local scene, and a lot of people, they talk about the bands need to support each other, and we all need to help each other because we're coming out of COVID, and a lot of places have closed. But the truth of the matter is, here it's not as supportive, as far as my opinion and what I've seen. Bands supporting other bands, like if we get a show and you get a show and we try to cross network and we play places it doesn't work that way. People are very competitive as far as
I've heard that about your
See, and that's how it used to be here.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah.
But
really?
we decided that that's not how it fucking works.
Yeah, there's a lot
It didn't
more.
work out.
There's a lot more people in the scene that want to support and just be friends of other musicians, and also, you know, help promote other musicians. That's a big reason why we do Musicians Hangout. We started out locally and expanded to what we became, and broadened, you know, our community. Something that we did do, gosh, I don't remember. Was it 2021 when we were interviewed for the documentary about our music scene? Because someone from the LA area had moved to our scene, and she is in a couple different projects. She's in Sickle. She does her own solo stuff. She performs as a solo artist with bands such as Kitty Junk sometimes.
Yeah, Kitty Junk. She.
So her name's Lacey, and Lacey, she came from Southern California and wanted to do a documentary with another person that worked locally in our scene, Little Ben, and
Ben Scott.
They wanted to put together this documentary to showcase how much of a family feel and close-knit network that we have within our music scene, because it's very different from other music industries nationwide, even internationally. So
especially being female musicians in the industry, our take on how the industry is, because, you know, let's face it, ladies, we do get treated a little different.
We are treated differently. It has gotten better, but
it's gotten a lot better, but
well, that's one of the big things that, like, I tell Scarlett, I'm like, you should reinvent yourself to be your new character, which I'm creating my own mind. I have the look, everything. Call her Battle Axe, right? Battle Axe. She has big, heavy shoulder pads and black garment. She wears big high heel shoes.
I don't know if I can perform and shit like that.
Like a scepter with a big.
I mean, if this was like a night that, you know, everybody had shows, I would actually be wearing my Crash Fist like gear.
I'm playing.
I reinvented myself. Maxine reinvented herself.
I have enough trouble just remembering.
Well, the whole idea behind
you reinvented yourself. We have all reinvented ourselves. Is like.
Well, I was going to touch on this
cup of coffee in the morning. I've reinvented
this
myself.
Important fact. This is something I think is the most important fact about women musicians and women in bands.
Oh God, get ready. Sit down, everyone.
No, I'm gonna go deep, but I'm gonna try to keep it.
Don't go too deep.
Every woman in any band that feels like the reason that people come to a show is to see how sexy a girl is, to objectify, to not pay attention to the music, but to more be 13 years old and only be looking at how she looks, right? Like sell it with sex gets in the way of what I think is real musicians, women musicians.
Yeah.
And to me, they should be no different and be held in just as highest regard as any man playing in a band.
Well,
exactly. You know that's what we want. We want to be taken
the whole world. We need to be that way in everything.
But you know, because we have a male-dominated music industry,
it's called misogyny,
right? I mean,
bingo, Scarlett.
Thank you.
Yeah, but like my feeling is that I get angry at people who are so shallow-minded that when they listen to a band, if they look at a band and it's a pretty girl, then they want to listen to that because there's eye candy involved. Where, you know, we've been doing it a long time. We're not spring chickens, but I don't give a shit about whether someone thinks I'm handsome or my wife is
You're
beautiful.
A man. You don't
I don't
have
care
that.
Because
it doesn't work that way.
Here's the point.
Oh, girl. Oh.
Come on.
None of us are
I mean,
for someone else's approval. And so I feel it's important when people are like, oh, well, you know, we could get your band, but you're going to have to do something with this person and you need to lose weight.
Yeah.
And, you know, the business side creeps in to what the pure part of music should be, which is what our music is.
Yeah.
We're on our own 2 feet, and we could tell any producer anywhere, if they come in, they're like, we're interested, but you're going to have to change. well, no, we're not changing because our soul is who we are now.
Right.
You know, and I get tired of the objectification of women,
Well,
and I get tired of the
Tell me about it. Like,
yes, right?
right? Like they look at us and they go, "You guys."
Literally, my last show, the guy was like, "Wow, I didn't think you could play that. You didn't look like you could play the drums as good as you did."
Yeah,
Why, you know what? I don't understand.
What does that mean? Like, how? What do I look like? I played.
I don't even know how that. It's like that wouldn't even occur to me to think of that.
Yeah,
it wouldn't even occur to me. I don't understand that.
I got turned down for a gig years ago. So this was probably 10 years ago. I got turned down for a gig at a local casino because I was a drummer and I didn't dance in front of the band and sing.
I tried.
Yeah.
There was a band that I'm laughing because there was a band that wanted me to play keyboards in it. So I went to the rehearsal and played the song, and the guy didn't want me to play so much. And I'm thinking, well,
yeah, because he wanted you to be eye candy.
I said, well, what do you want me to do then? If you wanted me to play keyboards, but if you don't want me to play, what do you want me to do? Just stand there and look sexy.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I didn't think I could do that, and it was beside the point.
You know, I mean,
I was like, wait, you wanted a keyboard player, but you don't.
Well, you can, but you don't have to. That's
That's
it.
But I also think that what you guys have done here, and hopefully you'll keep growing and people will watch more of your videos.
Yes.
See that your real mission statement is really to promote the fact that there are a lot of crazy good musicians out there.
Yes.
Women, whether they're solo songwriters or country, and they need a path. They need somebody that they can talk to, and that's exactly the experience that I think my band offers. Is anybody who came to us and like, oh, my daughter wants to sing, how should I go about doing it? Or someone says to Debbie, how did you learn how to sing the harmonies? These are all people that I believe are out there, and I think our music. The best part about our music is that we become immortal. Because our music stays for the test of time. We're out there on the internet, like I said.
Right.
And
so is everyone.
If someone listens and if you read some of our literature, it talks about taking you away to a magical place.
Yes.
And to me, that's the way music. Remember the old days when you had an LP and a good set of headphones and you listened to Dark Side of the Moon? That all got taken away because people started digesting music like food. Oh, it's an MP3.
Yeah, it has.
Then, American Idol came and commercialized the singer and screwed the band, right? So all these things made changes to what I believe should be the heart of what someone listens to music.
That's such a sad story. That's beautiful.
It is beautiful. And
lovely.
Why, thank you very much.
You did it.
Well, I'm different. That's fine.
Well, you guys, we are out of time tonight. It's been such.
You can talk a long time.
No, it's awesome. Like time flies when you're having fun.
Yes, and you guys are such a pleasure to hang out with. You have been so
for
fun.
you. So
Oh
are
my
you guys.
Absolutely adore you guys.
Yo, you guys are so much fun. Like, I really want to hang out with you guys.
You guys are
some fucking how it's got to happen.
I will work it out.
We are going to, here in the studio, I have a 5-camera video switcher, and we're going to be inviting people to come and hang out with us at a practice on the Saturday.
Oh, I love that.
We'll pretty much do kind of what you guys are doing. We'll have people running the equipment. We'll be here. It'll be a personality-led thing. You'll get to kind of meet the people in the band. We'll play some songs. We'll stop and take questions. And
I love that.
That's what I want to build our YouTube channel on, right?
I love that.
Let's do it. You know what? And send us your YouTube channel link, and we will share, and we will obviously subscribe to your channel too, of course. But we can share on our YouTube too.
It's fun. You guys made it a lot of fun.
Well, and where else
thank you so much. You guys have been amazing.
Where else can our followers follow you?
So we LIPSHOK, remember that? LIPSHOK.com, and then of course there's YouTube. It's LIPSHOK, and Facebook.
Yeah, all of our videos and music are on YouTube. You can type us in and find everything there.
We're on all the streaming services, Pandora and Spotify and iHeartRadio.
And you guys can download everything, but if somebody wants a CD, we have CDs available, aka coasters, because nobody has CDs.
Nobody makes CDs anymore.
We use them. We use on CDs.
Yes, we do.
Yes,
Put
we do.
swag package together for you guys. But we have that, and as the interest goes up in the band, and hopefully we do see some more interest. And it's right about the time I can retire. I can go on tour. You know what I mean? I can drive the tour bus, so that's the
Oh my God! You got.
I could go on tour, but the cats it would be too hard to leave the kitties.
Right, I understand.
So bring your kitties with you.
Yeah.
Tour kitties.
I said, load them up. Let's go.
You're Justin believe my tarantulas are going to be tour tarantulas. Like, yep.
You ever take your cat to the vet? Can you imagine?
Right?
Taking it on a tour bus?
Well,
Put them on leashes.
Okay.
Yeah, it could happen. And once they figure it out, though, they're like, "Oh shit, there's a bed here. I'm gonna go crash right on the bed." Like, no, there's
Food and
cats travel well. They're fine.
they don't travel.
They can. Not all of them, but yeah, they can.
Thank you so
Very
much.
nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you.
Crash.
Yeah, nice
oh,
to meet you.
so good to meet you guys. You guys are awesome, and like
Go check out-
seriously.
Fabulous time. Make sure to go follow them, everybody. You can check them out at lipshok.com. And it sounds like they're on all of the streaming services. So go check them out. Listen to
four
them.
albums
Love it. And we will keep you updated on our anniversary shenanigans throughout the week.
Yes.
So we're going to have a really good time together. And we will definitely see you live next week, everyone. All right. I will take us out like, oh,
Yeah.
And that's a wrap.
Yeah.
thanks, everybody. We love you guys.